Hi, this is video diary number 3, I think. I feel much better than I did last time I made a video. I was like dying, but today I feel a lot better. My thingy, it was like an ingrown hair that was like in a lot of pain. There's like soreness, it was huge. I've been taking the antibiotics past few days and I think it's actually working because it's like not as sore anymore. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I've been sleeping better and like more on like a regular schedule, so I slept a whole lot more. And yeah, I'm feeling more positive feelings about recording and coming on, sharing just my daily feelings, doing this video, what do you call this, a video diary for myself, being more clear on what the whole point of this is. Like, it's for myself to enjoy making a video and talking about my experience of being here, being a human, working on myself and working on my business and working on being on YouTube and just being more clear and feeling like slowly feeling like more positive feelings about it. And yeah, like I journaled. I have been like building the muscle of sticking to a routine and also building the muscle of falling off the routine and then coming back. I mean, that's essentially been my whole life. But I am like, now I'm feeling a lot more intentional with like what I want and where I want to go and what I want this thing to be, like my life to be, my career to be. And yeah, I didn't really bring it all together. I hadn't brought it together like this before, and I think it's just a matter of like I needed a lot of time. I needed to give myself a lot of time to like slowly like piece myself together and slowly like do things on my own timeline, like slowly like piecemeal these things, like show up, do some stuff, like try for a moment and then like have that experience of like burning out and then coming back like over and over and over and like feeling the embarrassment, feeling the shame, feeling the guilt, and just like still coming back to it like for years really. And yeah, I just needed that. And when I like look at my coaches and teachers that I really look up to, they are like at the top of their game because they have been doing it for literally like 10 years, like 6 years plus. And they're like, you know, multi-millionaire, like top of their game, so good at what they do, so good at like doing the thing, like being coaches, having like clear messaging and just like being so like they like exude like confidence, and they're like really clear on like how they're helping people with like the way that they help people, and they like give like so much like value, and like they're like constantly producing work and they're constantly giving like generous amounts of just like ideas and like things to learn from like work. They're like constantly generating work, and like from the outside it just looks like they're amazing at it and they know exactly what they're doing and they're just like so prolific, but they didn't get there like overnight. They did it, that wasn't like their first or second year in like being an entrepreneur coach. And yeah, they're that good because they've been doing it for so many years. Like literally like double digit years, and or just like 6 years, like over, yeah, plus probably like way more than that. And yeah, for me to feel like disappointed in myself that I'm not where I want to be, or like I just kind of shitty and moving really, really slowly, like that, like I don't need to feel that way, even though that's like a natural, normal response to like, you know, you're not making a bunch of money, you're not good at something, like that doesn't normally feel good to most normal people. But like I'm just getting more used to, like I had to like experience all of this like shitty, uncomfortable, like bad feelings about myself, and like the journey and the process of it being like hard in the beginning, like uncomfortable in the beginning. I'm not good at this in the beginning. Like I don't fucking know what I'm doing in the beginning. I like that's just par for the course, especially if you're just doing it by yourself. I'm so fucking stubborn. Like I have to do it by myself. Like I have to had just like done it my way. Like I purchased countless courses and programs and like follow like all these coaches and whatnot, and yeah, I still had to do it my own way on my own time. And I would have just benefited from getting my own coach, my own like one-on-one coach, or like a business coaching program, but I never did. I just wanted to do it myself, or like my own idea of like, I'm just going to figure it out. Like I know how to do this, or I don't have the money. Like that's always what people who really need it say. But also you could like, you don't have to. There's like countless, like there's the people who get coaches and the people who don't get coaches. And people who are successful are like across the board. Not everyone gets coaches, and you can still be successful. And you could get a coach and you could not be successful also. Like that is a big personal experience of mine. Like it's not the thing that you buy. It's not the thing that like there's like no magic bullet for your personal like success. Like nothing can replace like working on yourself, like doing the actual work, like knowing yourself and knowing that you just have to be in your life. You have to take the action steps. You have to risk a lot and do the fucking thing. The thing that you're scared of, the thing that is like really like, when it comes to moving forward in your life, we all know what those like steps are. It's the thing that we like can't stop thinking about, and we just don't do it because it's new, it's hard, it's uncomfortable. We might have tried it before and like was not an amazing experience, so it just, we don't want to do it. But yeah, we just have to. Or we could find other ways of doing things to still get us to where we want. There's, you know, a million different ways to be successful and to do what we want to do. We just have to be creative and, you know, just go for it. And yeah, it always sounds so easy, but doing it is always the thing. And I guess what I've been like learning in this whole process is you just have to be accepting of yourself, and you could trust yourself to do it your way. Like, you don't have to do it the way that everyone else is doing it. I am such an individualist. I am such a person that, like, I love studying how other people do things. I love, like, learning so much because, one, I'm like a perfectionist. Like, I'm just afraid of, like, doing it wrong. I want to just, like, know as much as possible, like, what's out there, like, what's good, like, what could bring me the most success, what's, like, super safe for me to do. But ultimately, with all the education and all the information that I have gathered, I still have to do it my way. And yeah, I learned that, like, that's just how I have to do it. That's, like, me honoring myself, me, like, being, like, the most me. Like, I've tried so fucking hard to do it the way that other people do it, and I just learned about myself in the process that, like, I literally, like, can't stick to it. Like, I can't do it. My body, my subconscious, my, like, desire isn't there. It just, like, I just don't do it, and I don't want to do it. Like, I keep on coming back to, like, this is, like, so weird and hard, and, like, why can't I just, like, stick to this thing? I, like, paid all this money, and, like, I, like, just want to get through it, to, like, get to the next step. But it just always comes back to, like, what if this is so fucking hard, what do I actually want to do? Like, how do I want to do it? What do I think is right? What is actually fun for me? What feels true for me? How do I want to do it? And I constantly have been fighting with that and grappling with that, and I'm, like, learning more and more every time. Like, that is, like, that's it. Like, you have to come back to yourself. There is no greater wisdom than, like, okay, you could see how everyone else is doing it. You could see how these, like, experts are doing it. You could see how, like, your favorite teachers and mentors have done it, and what they're saying and what their best tips are. And you can learn from all of that. But from all of that, you still get to do it your way. You should figure out, like, okay, does that sound right for you? Can you do that? Will you do that? Or is there something else? Like, will you blend it in your own way? What feels best for you? What do you want to do? Like, and all you have to do is just try it out and see where it goes. And I feel like there's just, like, typical knowledge out there that, like, if you haven't had success yet, how do you know that what you're doing is going to get you to where you want? Like, you should, of course, like, follow the experts. They are, like, the experts that are in the position that you want. Like, they have the experience and the knowledge. Like, they literally are where you want to be. Like, they have, like, the wisdom that you don't have yet. Why wouldn't you listen to them and do it their way? Or be coached by them. Like, the thing is, you could do the same things that other successful people have done, and you might not get the same results because you weren't them. You didn't have their life. You didn't have the same upbringing, the same environment, the same conditions, the same, like, mentality. Even if you do have the same mentality, like, there's so many factors. You have to really be in your own life to see how things are working for you. Like, yeah, the saying like, just because they've done it, you could do it too, or just because I've done it, you could do it too, is actually not necessarily true. What's true about that statement is, if someone has done it, that means it is a possibility. There is this general possibility. That means someone has done it, then that means it's possible. Is it possible for you? Okay, generally speaking, like theoretically, yes, like we could just say anything is possible because we live in a universe where anything is possible. There's nothing that's like not possible with like certain, it's like an idea. Like, why hold yourself back by just not believing? Like, it's beliefs are like the minimum amount of thing that you could do that could open up your world of possibility or shut you out. So that's always the first step. If you don't believe it's possible for you, then there's actually no possibility for you. So that's always step one, believing that something that you want is possible for you. It's available for you. And you could get there. Like, you doing the work, becoming the person that receives that thing is possible. If you don't believe that, it's not going to happen. So having that belief is always the first part of like getting what you want. And where the fuck am I even going with this? Like, yeah, like following a coach's way, someone else's way, like, you have to realize that it's not the steps, it's like the internal work. It's like the inner work that you really need to get solid, to get like crystal clear and clean, and from the internal, like emotional, mental, spiritual space of like, I know what the fuck I want and I'm gonna fucking get there no matter what and do whatever the fuck it takes. Like, that has to be the internal like experience, like your emotional, spiritual, like headspace, like your energy, like your cells have to be there for you to stick to something. And you're not gonna get there like, you know, you don't just like wake up and decide sometimes unless you do. Like, it takes time. That's what I would say, like building the muscle of like getting there, building the muscle of getting better with like your routine, with like your discipline, with like falling off the wagon and coming back on the wagon. Like, it's those like little habits that you create, that you build over time, that like strengthens that spirit, that strengthens your resolve, that strengthens your dedication, your conviction. Like, you have to really want what you want to get it. Like, if you barely want it, if you're like scared, intimidated and timid about it, like, it's gonna feel far away. It's gonna feel fucking hard. But by doing little things over time and feeling better about it, because that's literally how the brain works and the body works, it's gonna feel uncomfortable until you warm yourself up to it enough until it stops feeling uncomfortable. That's literally how the body works. How the body and the brain works. It's just a matter of repetition. It's a matter of exposing yourself to this thing, to this idea, this goal, this environment, this task, until it doesn't feel so bad anymore. And you know yourself, and you know the thing that you're doing, you know how to do it, you know what to expect, and you know how to roll with it. You know how to roll with the punches. You know how to handle like the the bullshit that comes up over time when you expose yourself to more of these environments and situations and like actions. And yeah, I'm totally just still in my baby phases, but like for me to like realize that, like I feel like things are moving along and it's a good feeling, and I just want to keep on going. Yeah. I'm like sweating a lot. Yeah, I think that's what I got for today, and maybe I'll make another video for today, or yeah, my schedule is still 3 times a week, so that sounds good. Maybe I'll wait and space it out again, but yeah, thanks for being here, or thanks me for being here, mostly, because this YouTube channel is still like a secret YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm gonna want to continue working on building out my course curriculum, and I will talk about that as soon as I get more of that, like work more on that. And yeah, that's all I got. Okay, thanks. Let me know if you have any questions. If anybody's watching this and you have like any questions about me or want me to talk about anything, yeah, let me know. Bye.